There are no coincidences, only divine timing. You were meant to find this message if your heart is open and your soul is ready. Keep watching. What you're about to hear may change how you attract love, abundance, and purpose. Love miracle. How to magnetize your true partner. This cycle. Sometimes, love feels just within reach, like it's circling us quietly, showing up in dreams, in signs, in fleeting moments that vanish just as quickly as they came. You may feel it now, a subtle shift, a sense that something is changing, even if you can't yet name it. This cycle brings a quiet turning, a deeper alignment, and with it, the possibility of calling in the kind of love that doesn't need to be chased, because it already knows its way to you. This is your love miracle, not because it's sudden, but because it's true. The root of real love. The kind of love that lasts. Doesn't arrive through performance. It doesn't appear when we've perfected ourselves. It emerges when we return to what's real. When we stop asking, how do I get love? And start asking, am I aligned with the kind of love I want? We are wired to seek connection, but often we seek from longing, from emptiness, from the parts of us still waiting to be chosen. Real love doesn't respond to urgency. It responds to resonance. It finds us in our most honest energy. When we are not trying to be anything other than what we are. And it's in that truth that the miracle begins. The shifting field of love. Every cycle brings its own invitation. This one is quieter, slower, but deeply transformational. The energy surrounding love right now is asking for integrity, clarity, a soft return to center. It's no longer about projection of ideal partners, fantasy endings, or unavailable people. It's about embodiment. The path forward is less about doing and more about remembering. Not everyone will walk through this doorway, but those who do will begin to feel love moving toward them differently. Less like a search, more like a recognition. You don't magnetize love by effort. You magnetize it by frequency, and frequency changes. When you come home to yourself, recognizing your own value before love arrives, there is always a reckoning, not with others, but with ourselves. The question isn't, who will choose me? It's, where have I stopped choosing myself? We are taught to be flexible, accommodating, patient, but somewhere along the way, that patience becomes silence. That flexibility becomes self-abandonment. This cycle is about remembering what you are worth. Not in theory, but in energy. You stop needing to explain yourself. You stop shrinking to be digestible. You stop settling for things that only partially hold you. Love cannot enter where you have made yourself small. It will not fit into the space you've reserved for someone who never truly arrived. When you return to your full size, not louder, but deeper, you begin to attract without trying. That's where value lives. Alignment through the body. We think of attraction as mental or emotional. But before anything else, it is physical. Not about appearance, about presence, frequency, energy. When the body is settled, love enters easily. So much of our time is spent in our heads, wondering, analyzing, hoping, regretting. But love doesn't live in the future or the past. It lives in the breath. The pause, meaning the grounded now. Your body knows how to receive love. It knows what safety feels like. It knows when something is real. This cycle brings a soft invitation to return to the senses, to let the rhythm of your body become the broadcast of your heart. When you are at ease, in your own presence, you become impossible to overlook, releasing what never held you. There is no space for truth where illusions live. Many of us carry the weight of almost loves. People who saw us just enough to confuse us, but never enough to commit. If we remember their word, their nearness, their absence, We keep waiting for them to come back differently, to see clearly, to stay this time. But this cycle is honest. And love, real love, is not confusing. It doesn't leave you guessing. It doesn't vanish when it gets hard. It doesn't punish you for being open. The energy now is clearing space, not to punish, but to prepare. The longer you hold space for someone who never truly chose you, the longer you delay the one who will. This is not rejection. It's redirection. What's leaving now was never the destination. Only the distraction. How love recognizes you. Love does not need a performance. It needs a signal. A resonance that says, "This is who I am. This is how I move. This is how I love." And when that energy is stable, when you show up in your softness, without strategy, you begin to draw in what's ready to meet you. You won't need to convince. You won't need to chase, because the one who is attuned to your signal will feel it immediately. They will not wonder. They will not fear your depth. They will arrive with their own presence, their own truth, their own steady heartbeat. And together, it will not be an explosion. It will be a remembering. The arrival of love. Imagine this. You are no longer searching. You are no longer asking the same question in your mind. Over and over. You are simply here and into that space. Calm. Open. Clear. Someone arrives. Not to save. Not to complete. But to meet. There is no rush. Only breath. Presence. A steady unfolding. This is what the miracle looks like. Not fireworks. Not fate wrapped in chaos. Just something honest. And easy. And deeply, deeply known. And when it comes, it doesn't feel like a rescue. It feels like peace. This is the love cycle we're in now. A season of soft realignment. Of clearing out what was never yours. of coming home to what's always been true. There is nothing to chase. There is no one to win over. There is only the quiet work of returning to yourself and letting your frequency do the rest. Love will find you, not because you tried harder, but because this time you finally stopped trying.